Check mic 1 2, mic 1 2.
Do you want me to say something? We good?
Check mic 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You're listening to Jeff, Tyler, Rod Strata on the Stark Media YouTube stream. A few complications here to get started. We apologize for that. You're joining us in the first quarter. It is currently McKinley 7, Perry 0. And now it is 13-0 McKinley after a pass over the top. Touchdown McKinley, 13-0. Still in the first quarter. We've got a minute 13 here left in the first quarter. Rod, welcome. Sorry about the late start here, brother, but you know, some good things going on. You before the game, we'll put some things out there on all our social media of you speaking to the team before. Pretty cool.
It was fun to come back and give the team a little bit of inspiration. They actually inspired me when I was looking at them. I'll tell you what, these guys are they're focused, they're intent, and I believe that they're out here to play a good ball game tonight. But right now they're behind.
Yeah, struggling right now. Let's see. Perry had a drive early, had to punt, had a good punt, clear down to the 6-yard line, something like that. McKinley charged all the way down, scored, and just got the ball back again. Just scored. We're going for the PAT here, and Keaton Rohde on the extra point is up and is good, as we know from, we did our podcast early this week, was posted yesterday. We talked about Keaton Rohde a little bit. He's good from 40+, so that little chip shot there, extra point, is usually not a problem for him. So,
well, I tell you what, he's pretty good running on a corner as well.
Yeah, he took off there, though, and tucked it around, got quite a few there. So, again, Perry Panthers, let's see, in their black jerseys, white pants, white letters, black helmets. Rod, is that similar to the uniforms you wore?
No, we were black, but we were black and gold.
Black and gold, then.
That's why I have kind of black and quasi-gold on tonight.
Okay. And McKinley is wearing their white jerseys, black letters, red pants with the white and black stripe down the side. They got their black helmet with the Bulldog on the side and a red stripe down the middle.
And we also had a Panther on the helmet, not the P. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to recognize the class of 1968 that we saw is here. A little reunion for them over there on the home side. We're going right to left on your dial here. We are guests over here, the weigh booth, if you will.
Yeah, you also had the this year's Hall of Fame class at the beginning of the game. Introduced all those folks as well.
And here is the kickoff here. Keaton Rohde, leather on leather. The kick's up, and it's very deep out of the back of the end zone. There must have been a penalty there that we missed some sort, because he kicked off from the other 45.
It was roughing the quarterback.
Roughing the quarterback, okay. So Perry's going to take over now at their 20-yard line, and definitely want to get that wing T roll 20-yard line. We got deuces right, single left, man in motion left to right, gun formation. Here's a snap, quick handoff up the middle. Running, got hit by everybody and tackled by all kinds of Bulldogs. Ryder, Hartshorn couldn't get it going there. Didn't have much of a hole there. Closed up quick.
I met that kid. Well, we saw him at when I was met with the team before the game. That young man is chiseled.
He is put together.
Again, I think McKinley may have their number on this offense based upon film, just like I think you mentioned St. V did.
Yeah. And we got a timeout here. We'll see who, end of the first quarter, rather. At the end of one, it is McKinley 14, Perry 0. This broadcast is brought to you by Eagles FOE 190 and Hilshire Clark Electric Company. Our national anthem was sponsored by Leathernecks Nation MC, the Sam Center, and Save22.vet. Pre-game show, we didn't get a chance to go through those things, but that is sponsored by McNeil & Sons Tree Service. Starting lineups, I'll hit that here in a moment, is sponsored by Lindsay's Pizza. And we'll be giving scoreboard updates all night. There's a lot of games going on out there. Start of the Federal League here, so now these games matter. It's league play. LPL Financial sponsors the scoreboard update, and Apex Surgical sponsors the injury update, which we don't have any injuries to report. Looks like both teams come in here healthy week 3.
Yeah, they are healthy.
Or week 4, rather.
Yeah, that's good news for week 4. Certainly don't want any industries. That too. Injuries.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. Yeah, that too. We don't need any injuries just yet. In fact, it'd be nice to get to later in the season, and hopefully none.
It's good to see 2 teams out there without any crutches, no boots, none of that. Good to see for sure. Red Zone Alert is sponsored by H&H Truck Parts. The halftime show, which will be coming up shortly, is sponsored by C.H. Vallis and Associates. And we're back in action now. Deuces left, Deuces right, man of motion right to left. Here's a snap to Maddox. Maddox drops back, looking to pass out, completed to the 25-yard line. Made a guy miss, spin move all the way to the 31-yard line. Looks like it's going to be a first down for Perry. Rod, I'm a little surprised. There's really not much of the wing T going on. They're going 3-4 wide.
They have to.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a choice right now. I mean, if they can now this is going to go the opposite way. Instead of run the ball and then pass, I think they're going to have to pass the ball and then run. To get that running back. To get that running game back.
Yeah, we'll see how they can do with that. That's definitely not their identity, but kudos for Coach Slates for making an adjustment. Now we're back in the wing T. Run up the middle. Hartshorn got hit hard. He got about a yard and a half there. Packing it in real tight. This starting offense for the Perry Panthers in the center there is Ty Giaquina, number 67. Carson Gidcombe, number 52. Preston Daisy, number 77. At right guard, we've got Michael Millen, number 78. And 56 is Victor Hernandez. And Dominic Scott, number 34. We're back in action. Quick drop back. Maddox got it, taking off running. Awkward stumble there, but he got a first down all the way down to the 44-yard line for Perry.
Yeah, they're spreading out a little bit on their splits, and that's what they're going to need to do to keep McKinley a little bit off balance.
Your starting quarterback for Perry is Austin Maddox, number 9. In the backfield is Ryder Hartshorn, number 25, and Marcellus Harris, number 23, and Roy Simmons, number 2. At the wide receivers, Kyson Walker, number 4, Jaden Wilson, 16, and Luke Wolf, number 11. Back in action, single right. Man in motion left to right. Quick handoff right. He's running. He's trying to get to the corner. He got outside. He's got it tackled from behind, and an immediate flag. Looks like a horse collar. Going to be 15 on that one, Rod.
Let's see what they call. That would be a good break for the Panthers.
Personal foul. No signal, but horse collar, yep.
There it is.
So another 15. So that's huge for Perry, trying to get something going, down 14-0. 10:08 to play in here in the second quarter.
Beautiful night.
It's a gorgeous night. We got the windows open, got the breeze flowing. Cool us off a little bit, Rod.
Exactly.
Rod, I got to tell you, man, the speech was inspiring. Great job.
Thanks, Jeff.
Pre-game. Folks, if you don't know, Rod is a former Perry Panther. Pretty much a legend. You were darn near signing autographs on the way up here to the booth.
No, I was not. No way.
All Big Ten at Michigan State. Had a heck of a career, man.
Well, that'd be like Red Grange signing autographs. Come on. No, I tell you what, it was my honor to be in that locker room with the kids. It really was. These guys were clear-eyed, and they were ready to go.
Yeah.
And I miss that. I do.
What was cool to see is you pulled out your playbook from high school.
Yeah. You know, when Coach Slates and I talked about me going into talking to the team before the game, I said, wait a minute. I know I have some old Perry stuff downstairs somewhere in a bin. So I went down there and I found my sideline jacket and also our playbook from 1975. And here's the best part, folks. Beginning of that playbook says, we must establish a run game. Imagine that.
Some things never change, huh?
Okay.
And again, McKinley's up 14-0. Perry's driving. They're now at the 40-yard line of McKinley, 1st and 10. Quick handoff right. Number 2, Roy Simmons takes off, makes a guy miss. Got a few yards out of that one.
Yeah, they're gonna have to keep it outside a little bit. I think they're gonna have to stretch. They're gonna have to stretch the field. And maybe that'll set them up for something up the middle. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Anyway, so Perry's coming up here now. Single back, handoff up the middle. Oh, he got pummeled. That was a good tackle by number 18 from McKinley.
9:17
Actually, 54, Dior Garner.
Size-wise, it looks like McKinley definitely has the advantage there in the size, but as you talked about in that pregame and what I saw with, my kids played for Perry up through 8th grade. It didn't matter if they were playing flag football or if they were playing youth football or out here in this field. Perry raises some dogs, and they always got a dog in a fight, no pun intended, against who they're playing here. But they always bring the heart.
Yeah, the tradition is smash mouth football.
Maddox rolling out left, tucked it, reverse, got pummeled, hit pretty hard. Nearly got a first down. He's about a yard or so short, looks like. Going to be bring up 4th down and 2, I believe. 4th and 2 on the 34. They're going to go for this, as you should. Clock is running, 8:10 and counting. Here we go. We got single left, wing back, under center, Maddox. Here's a quick reverse handoff. Got it. Got that first down and extra. Spin move. Made a guy miss. Got a first down all the way down to the 25-yard line of McKinley. So great for 4th down conversion there, Rod.
Yeah, the right side opened up the line on McKinley, and there was a gaping hole. And he took advantage of it. He got through there pretty quick.
And we've got the LPL financial scoreboard update. Fairless Falcons down 7-0 to Triway. That's a surprise early. No score with the Hoover Vikings yet. Sandy Valley Cardinals 14-0. And here's a quick pass thrown over the middle. Intercepted. Shakir Hatcher brought it in at the 10. Picked off. Just a poor pass up the middle there. Ball floated on him. And there was a defender there, and they took care of it. So McKinley's now going to take over up 14-0 at their own, looks like 15-yard line.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, they had a nice momentum going, get it back down the field, and
actually they're at their own 7-8-yard line, looks like.
Pretty good punt.
Yeah, hey.
But on the other side, too, it kind of shows the inexperience in the passing game. Not that he threw a bad ball, it's just that they don't do it repetitively. And so I think they're still trying to work through that, but they're going to need to tonight.
More on the LPO financial scoreboard update here. Like I said, Sandy Valley Cardinals 14, Minerva nothing. Back in action, McKinley takes off running to the left. Got tracked down by a couple Panthers there, and they got about 2 yards on that one. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8. More scores, Tuslaw 0, CVCA 0, Garraway 0, Carrollton 0, West Branch and Ridgewood. Let's see, West Branch is up 6-0. Hoover 0, Louisville 0. Lake Blue Streaks up 7-0 early on. Gleno
Well, Glen Oak, we got to come back on that one.
Here's a snap, throw to the right, completed.
Nice.
Got tackled by 2 Panthers. Good job on the coverage there.
Yep, he wasn't going anywhere.
Brock Huggins there. I'm sorry, not Brock Huggins. That was Jordan McElroy on the reception. And they gave him a first down. I didn't believe they got it, but they gave him a first there. Central Catholic up 13-0 on Salem. East Canton and St. Thomas 0-0. Not a surprise there. We said whoever scores first in that one might get a W. Trips right, single left. Rhodey in the shotgun, rolls left, looking left, throwing and out. Completed pass, got a first down and more, down to the 36-yard line. That was Keith Quincy on the reception. And now there's a late flag.
Could be sideline. Let's see what we got.
It's going to be after the play. Waiting for the call from the officials with 6:07 left to play. McKinley up 14-0. It was it's a 1st and 10. We don't know who the after the play penalty is on. And we will see here.
I think it's
taking their time. I got a feeling it's against Perry.
No, I think it might be the other way.
But he's not. They're not saying.
He's look. The ref's got the ball facing the other way. There you go. It's against McKinley.
Oh wow! So a 15-yarder on McKinley after the play. They're going to go all the way back to the 20-yard line.
That's a costly mistake.
That's a very costly mistake.
If I had a guess, it's going to be something to do with somebody saying some things on the Perry sideline.
So trips right, nobody left. Pistol formation. Keaton Rhodey in the shotgun off his right hip. Here's a quick snap, fake handoff, pulled it back, RPO. Rhodey's running for his life here at the moment, trying to get to the corner and get a couple yards. He got a few back there, maybe 5. Yep, 2nd down and 5 here. 5:47. Clock is stopped as Rhodey ran out of bounds there. I want to thank H&H Truck Parts, C.H. Vallis and Associates, Miracle Motors 42. They sponsor our post-game show. And by the end of the evening, we will announce our Hilscher Clark Electric Player of the Game. Thanks for joining us. You're listening to Jeff Tyler, Rod Strata on the Stark Media YouTube Game of the Week. Here's a snap, dropping back, throwing a quick completed pass, and he dropped it.
Ooh.
Wide open.
Easy catch.
McElroy was looking upfield before he brought that ball in and put it on the carpet.
Yeah, you definitely need to bring it in before you decide to go upfield.
That's 3rd and 5 now with the clock stopped, 5:42 to play. 14-0 McKinley. Thanks for joining us, folks. If you can, please take a minute to hit that follow and a like button for us. That helps us out with our sponsors. Trips left, single right. Rhodey in the shotgun. Here's a snap, fake handoff. Looking left, got pressure, made him miss. Rhodey's taking off. He's running. He's got tons of room to the 40, the 44-yard line, out of bounds. Clock's going to get stopped there again.
Boy, they almost had him for a large loss. And what happens is you folks have seen, tackle misses, goes up the field. Because the play by that time is pretty well downfield and wide open.
Yep. So, 1st and 10, Bulldogs. They're going deuces left, single right. Nino Hill off the left hip of Keaton Rhodey, 3-year starter Rhodey. Here's a snap, handoff up the middle. Nino Hill got hit immediately, spun to get a 1.5 yards, maybe 2 out of that. Gonna bring up 2nd down and 8. More sponsors of ours: AWP Safety, Trident Restoration, Haas Auto Mall, Simon Says Promotions, and Stark Market. Lindsay's Pizza, located inside the Hillsdale Shopping Center at 2827 Whipple Avenue in Canton. Call them at 330-477-3800 or order online, lindsays.pizza.com. Single left, single right, fake handoff, looking to go over the top. Got it, man, wide open, caught. Completed to Dante McClellan, and then he threw a stiff arm of the year. He threw the defender down.
Who is that, number 8?
Wow. Great little, they found the seam up the left side, wide open, caught it. Dante McClellan had all kinds of room to run, just threw a hell of a right stiff arm there.
And number 8 just got boned. Do that, Amy knocked him right on his back. That's going to be embarrassing in films.
It's a H&H Truck Part red zone alert at the 19-yard line. Keaton Rody takes a snap, rolling right, looking right, directing traffic, telling the guys to go. Got pummeled by 2 Panthers. He got up immediately, but he got hit hard. No gain there. .426 and counting here. Panthers defense need to step up here. They don't want to get down 3 scores here. 4:19 in the second quarter, in ticking. Both, let's see, Perry has 3 timeouts left. McKinley has 2. Deuces left, single right. Hill in the backfield. Oh, it looks like a false start on McKinley. John Chance got a little bit antsy on that one.
Yep, not a mental mistake. But thus far, they haven't made that many. Not like the game we called last week.
Yeah, there was a ton of that last week for sure. As we get scores, updates all night, we will update you on those as well. Lots of games out there. 3:50 and counting. Just letting the clock run here. They're now out of the red zone. They're at the, let's see, 26-yard line. Snap. Deuces left, deuces right. Throwing over the top. Wobbly pass, but caught. Touchdown. Jordan McElroy just got in between 2 guys, and that was just too easy, Rod.
Yeah, I think it's way too easy. McKinley is scoring at ease, and that's disturbing for the Panthers.
That makes it 20-0 before the PAT here by Keaton Rody. And they got this bunch. They're going to go traditional now. They had, we've seen a lot of that now, Rod. The guys, teams like moving half the squad left, half the squad right.
Yeah, Michigan lines up like everybody in an eye. 11 guys, and they spread out somehow.
The extra point is up, and it is good. So that's going to bring a 21 rip out of the gate late in the second quarter, 3:35 to play. Perry's got to do something here. They've got 3 timeouts left, plenty of time to march it up and get a score and get on the board here.
They need to get on the board, and it can't be a field goal. Perry needs to score, get an extra point, stay in this game.
Eagles FOE 190, Hilscher Clark Electric Company. They both sponsor us. They've been with us for over a year now. I'm going to thank our men and women in the military, first responders. We appreciate them very much. We can do what we can because of them. Along that, I'm going to thank Leathernecks Nation MC, the Sam Center, and Save22.vet.
Welcome back to Perry High School, Wakefield.
We are great. At least personally, I am so grateful for our veterans. I say that every day of my life.
You notice I wear my American flag hat here every game just to show my appreciation for them. The LPL Financial Scoreboard update. Tusky Valley is down 13-7 to the Hornets. And here's a line drive kick. Bounced up high in the air, received it to 5, taking it back, found a seam, got hit, spin move, got clear out to the 27-yard line. So decent return. We'll see what they can do with it. Jackson leading 10-7 right now over Green. It's a game that we know that is really the top echelon of the Federal League. Those 2 teams.
Let me think. Was I the only one that picked the polar bear?
No, I took Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Good.
You and I both took Jackson. I think all of us did, but TJ. I think TJ took green in that one.
Well, I'm the only one that picked the team in black tonight. And I'm still glad I did.
The ref has stopped the clock, stopped play, and had them reset it. So whoever's operating.
So, folks, you can't hear all the folks, the others announcing here, but I think I'm probably the only Panther advocate.
Well, I would hope the rest of these folks are as impartial as we need to be. That's you're in a new world. I've done several Fairless games,
Yeah.
and it's.
I'm being fair. I'm just kind of,
Hey, you
let's
got
put it this way.
You got to root for you guys.
Maybe just a hair over the 50%.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want you to be like Kirk Herbstreit, where he's beyond
Jeez.
unfair to Ohio State
Terrible,
after going there.
Wow.
I think he overcompensates.
Definitely
to me.
overcompensates. Absolutely.
We're back in action here. Pairs left, single right, quick snap, hand off to Hartstrom. He's running hard, got hit by two Bulldogs, tackled immediately by Hatcher. And I couldn't see the other number, but Hatcher on the tackle there, great. Filled the lane there. Some more scores here. Hoover up over Louisville, 14-3. Cheney, 14. Marlington, 0. Orville Red Riders down 7-14 to Canton South. Thought Orville might have a chance as an upset on that one. We'll see how that shakes out. Malvern Hornets, 13. Tusky Valley, 7. Hoover, 14. Leopards, 3. West Branch, 6. Ridgewood, 7. Alliance Aviators are in another battle, and they're losing to L at 8-6. Here's a snap, quick run, flag on the play. Austin Maddox had a good run, made a guy miss, nearly got a first down.
Holding.
But it looks like it's coming back, holding on the Panthers with 2 minutes left on the clock. They still have all 3 timeouts. Got to get this ball moving the other direction.
Wow, that's a nice game, too.
Lake winning 7-0 over Glen Oak. My Fairless Falcons are still down 7-0 to Triway. That's a little bit of a shocker. Sandy Valley taking care of business against Minerva, 28-0. And CVCA has now gone to a 21-0 lead over Tussauds Mustangs. And that is your LPL Financial Scoreboard update.
Of course, I said it was a nice game, but then again, it could have been because of the holding.
Amazing how that works. When the hole's open, sometimes the flags fly, right?
Yeah.
We're back in action, 1:47, clock ticking, and McKinley's going to take their second time out of the evening.
Well, in my experience, the key is getting caught.
Right. Holding on every play, you just got to be able to hide it, right?
I know you're not going to believe this. Out of 40 games in Big Ten play, I had 1 holding penalty.
1 holding penalty.
Now, that was discovered.
One that they found, right?
Well, it was different then. You didn't really grab jerseys a whole lot. Well, some people did because they lost their balance or whatever. But no, it wasn't the hands had to stay kind of closer to the inside of the pads, not out.
Yeah.
And of course, then you had coaches, whether it's high school or university, where you get holding penalties, and they weren't real happy about it.
Yeah. So after the timeout, we're coming back out here. Perry's on their own 20-yard line, in their own what I call dead zone. 18 seconds on the play clock, 1:47 to play. 3rd down and 17 here. Maddox going to drop back. He's going to take off and run. Got hit, spin move. Got hit, spin move. Made a guy miss, and then he got tackled by 2 Bulldogs inbounds. It's going to be 4th down and forever.
Yeah.
On their own 24-yard line.
Panthers need to come out of this without letting the Bulldogs score. If they do, it's not going to be good at all.
And Perry just took their first time out of the evening. Going to talk about this one. Make sure they're all on the same page.
Tell you what, credit to McKinley. They are playing a very intent and focused ball game.
1:26 to play once we come back. We haven't had a chance to see how good the punting game is for Perry as of yet. Actually, they punted earlier,
Yeah,
which
they
is a
punted
solid
early,
punt.
wasn't bad.
So we'll see how that shakes out. Eagles FOE 190, Hilshire Clark Electric Company, both good sponsors of ours. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, they sponsored our pregame show. Starting lineup sponsored by Lindsay's Pizza. If you haven't had a chance to have Lindsay's Pizza, it's fantastic over there in Canton. Give them a call. Here's the punt. It's up. It's a decent punt, landing at the 47-yard line and kind of staying there. And this might be a live ball. The Perry defender was pushing the McKinley player all the way up the field, and it looked like it
Mike
hit
Millen.
It looked like it hit McMillan's foot.
Yeah, Mike Millen. He
I think that was a live ball, and they called it dead.
friends of the family. Mike Millen is Gino Millen's son. Gino was all county here at Perry.
Okay.
And Millen brothers, they were all good athletes and did a great job out on this field back in the day.
Here's another update. It looks like Glen Oak and Lake are tied at half, 7-7.
Wow.
I went on a limb and took Glen Oak Golden Eagles in an upset there.
You did.
So we'll see how that ends up. Must be looking a little bit better than last week when we saw the Golden Eagles. Deuces left here, Deuces right. Keaton Rody drops back, looking right, rolling right, throwing out, tipped, and still caught on the sideline, but said he juggled it when he fell out of bounds. He had both feet in. He only needs one. He had both in, but he was juggling it as he went to the ground. That's an incomplete pass, and it's going to stop the clock at 1:08 here in the first half. McKinley still up 21-0. This is going to be second down and 10.
Hey, I'm just saying, if I made that athletic of a play, I want credit.
Here we go.
Guy.
The Deuce trips right.
And he looked at him.
Pairs left, going 5 wide for McKinley. Nino Hill rolls out of the backfield. Drops back, looking.
Pressure.
Got pressure. Throws it over the middle, completed. First down. Nino Hill caught it, brought it in. He's versatile, Rod. You can put him. They're putting him in the backfield. He's on plays on defense. They just put him in the slot, threw him a 12-yard pass. Real good athlete there. They haven't had him on the field for the last 2 weeks, so it's good to see him out there getting action. Pairs left and right, handoff, fake handoff up the middle, and another drop pass. Jordan McElroy again hit him. I think he heard footsteps coming at him there.
Yeah, the Panthers are all over him. In fact, I think if you'd have caught that ball,
Might not have been good.
might not have been good.
41 seconds. It's second and 10. So McKinley taking their time here with 28 seconds on their play clock. Clock is stopped at 41, up 21-0. They're at Perry's 41-yard line. 5 wide. Rody takes the snap, drops back, looking, throwing over the middle. Caught, complete. Running down, clear to the 23-yard line. That was completed to Keith Quincy.
Wide open across the middle. Wide open. Panthers are scrambling.
Well, 4 wide this time, and Keaton Rody goes under center and just clocks it. Stops the clock with 25 seconds left. McKinley's out of timeouts. They're going to definitely try to punch it in here. 25 seconds left. Probably have 3-4 plays here at most to try to punch it in. Now, they do have a good kicker. Again, Keaton Rody is good from 40+, so they're in field goal range already. 25 seconds on the clock. 4 wide, trips right, single left. Nino Hill in the pistol with Keaton Rody. Drops back, looking, throwing to the left. Completed pass down to the 9-yard line. Nino Hill, I'm sorry, that was Keith Quincy again. Back-to-back receptions for Quincy. So many weapons here.
They have quite a few weapons, and I tell you what, they're executing very well.
Whatever they want to do. Run fast, they're getting down the field. Perry's a friendly
Trips right, single left. Nino Hill again in the backfield. Just looking at the sheer size in the trenches here, McKinley is just towering over the Perry players, much bigger.
Yeah, against the Perry defensive lineman, absolutely.
Snap, fake handoff, thrown over the middle, was wearing the jersey. The defender was all over him. Keith Quincy again. They're going to get up to the line and try to clock it with 8 seconds left here and a half. And no, he just quarterback sneak up the middle, Tom Brady-esque with 4 seconds left.
Wow.
It's going to be 27-0 here.
Wow.
Going into the half.
It's going to be a long halftime in that Panther locker room. Wow. Bulldogs are just dominating.
Yeah, they're just making it too easy for themselves here. 4 seconds left. We'll see what Perry can, the kind of adjustments they make here going into halftime. They're going to need to be a lot. They're having trouble moving the ball, having trouble stopping McKinley on defense. Not a good recipe there, Rod.
Nope.
Extra point up and good. 28. McKinley 0. Perry with 4 seconds left in the first half. Apex Surgical update, injury update. Thankfully, we can say that everybody's out there and healthy thus far. H&H Truck Parts sponsors our Red Zone. St. Joe's Senior Living. For nearly 100 years, St. Joe's Senior Living has provided award-winning care to families in Northeast Ohio. Located at 2308 Reno Drive in Louisville, St. Joseph's Senior Living and the Alsatian have a variety of services to assist your loved ones. To schedule a tour or gain information, call them at 330-875-5562 or visit online at stjosephseniorliving.org. AWP Safety, Trident Restoration, C.H. Vallis and Associates, Haas Automall, Simon Says Promotion, and Stark Market, all sponsors we want to thank. We'll continue to thank them throughout the evening.
Absolutely. We appreciate all of our sponsors, and I had a chance this week to talk to some prospective sponsors for our cause here at Stark Media, and I believe they see the value in what we can bring.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're still really considered a startup, Rod. You know, sometimes it comes with some challenges whenever you're a new company, and we're, you know, I started with just a few members. Initially I was just going out and videotaping some basketball games and things like that. Eventually we got on YouTube here. We got a new website that we're going to be coming out with here this week, and Perry, off the kickoff, took it all the way back to the 30-yard line, so a good return there. But it is the end of the first half. 28-0 McKinley, just having their way at the moment with the Perry Panthers on their field. Since Coach Antonio Hall's got here, he's got 1 win, 1 loss. It seems like these teams keep beating each other on their own. They keep losing on their home field.
Yeah.
Interesting there. Let's see some LPL financial scoreboard update here. Lake Blue Streak 7-7. I believe that's halftime. So Lake and Glen Oak at a tight one. Hoover 20. Louisville Leopards 3. Tuslaw Mustangs 21-0 are losing to Cuyahoga Valley. Fairless Falcons losing 14-0 now to Triway. Having a lot of problems there. Fairless lost a lot. They lost 18 seniors, their best senior class in school history.
That's a lot.
It's hard to replace guys like that. Blake and Glen Oak, like I said, 7-7.5. Let's see. Sandy Valley 28-6 at half over Minerva. Alliance 8-6 still. Alliance has struggled of late. They lost last week.
Jackson 9-7. So he must have missed an extra point and got a field goal, or made an extra point and got a safety.
Interesting. 9-7 there. Tight one.
Yeah.
Tight one. Orville losing 21-7 to Canton South. West Branch Warriors 12. Ridgewood Generals 7. Malvern Hornets 13. And Tusky Valley 7. And that's your halftime LPL financial scoreboard update. And we're going to go ahead and break for halftime here. and allow you to listen to both bands. And we'll be back here in about 10, 15 minutes.
Swing by the ice cream place while we're out here.
60 yards, 2 in front. I made it back with 4 seconds left in the race, and I was sweating like crazy.
Ooh, cookies. You want a cookie?
No, I'm okay.
Good, more for me.
You can have one. Right here. You can have 2.
Take a couple breaks.
You do your thing. I'm gonna try to.
And then I'll send me a text message like right away. Oh my god, I thought these were 2 cookies.
No, they're just that.
Oh my god.
So this thing is completely coming undone.
Them cookies are outrageous. Popcorn double barbecue.
Notice the sound it cuts out on the side. So I can hear it really well with the left. Right's really faint.
Grabbing some brisket. Maybe. Get a bottle of water.
Bless you.
Thank you. These cookies are unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, the direction of Ryan Smith, assistant directors Karen Martin and Joe Sterling, with percussion instructor Darren Good and auxiliary instructor Madison Newsing, led by field commanders Elizabeth Virgo and Marley Ward. We proudly present the 2023 edition of our Perry High School Marching Band. Tonight we will perform our 2023 OBA competition show, featuring soloists Reed Lenigan, Dan Hilson, Preston Faulkner, Aubrey Kreitzer, Mary Barr, Carl Farner, Jocelyn Wright, and Kaylee Gitcom, with musical selections by Anthony Dvorak, George Gershwin, and Aaron Copeland. The Marching Panthers are proud to present an American Rhapsody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back inside Wakefield Stadium in Perry. The Canton McKinley Bulldogs 28, Perry Panthers 0. Welcome inside the Putman Properties halftime show. We're going to jump into the SARTA scoreboard, get you caught up on all the area games. While Ryan gets the stats ready to go, both just finished annihilating some food, which was incredible.
These cookies are
Massive.
unbelievably delicious. This is probably the best cookie I've ever had.
Oh my goodness. Again, shout out to 3737 Kitchen, a student-run kitchen here at Wakefield Stadium in Louisville. Their food is unbelievable. There you go. We're going to jump into the SARTA scoreboard. Triway over Fairless, 14-0 at halftime. The Salem Quakers are now scoreless through 6 quarters. The last 6 quarters, they've not scored a single point. They trail Canton Central Catholic 20-0. Lake and Glen Oak tied at 7. Alliance 13, Ellett 8. Cheney over Marlington 14-0 at halftime. Hoover over Louisville 20-3. Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy 42, Tuslaw 0. Sandy Valley over Minerva 34-6. The game over on Q92, Jackson leads Green 10-7. I know the gentleman who filled in and did color last week, Matt McGaw. He is at that game and says that it is an absolute barn burner defensively a great game so far there. Jumping back in, Canton South over Orville 28-14. Northwest 21, Manchester 14. The Massillon Tigers all over Elkhart 35-0. Elkhart, Indiana. Elkhart, Indiana. But I thought it was the Mansfield Tigers tonight for them. I gotta double check. I don't have the score. Yes, I do. Give me 1 second here. 34-0. East Canton over St. Thomas. Let me see if I can see who's Massillon playing tonight. Let's see here. It is not one of our Score 7 games, so I believe it is Elkhart, but I could be wrong. And those are my scores, Ryan, and I'm sticking to it as I dive in and do a little investigative work to see if indeed Mansfield is playing Massillon, which I thought was this week, so we'll see.
Well, you know, that's, we are going to their band. We haven't got any band, and their Panther band is out on the field right now. See if we can start playing.
So it is indeed Elkhart against Massillon. I went to Massillon's Twitter page and confirmed it. Elkhart, Indiana. So there you have it.
So your stats and you're sticking to them?
No, my scores. You've got stats. Yes, sir. You do.
And looking at some of these stats, man, oh man. So let's start with the score, halftime score here, and it's 28-0. They had 2 scores in each quarter of the first half, and when you don't pick up first downs, you can't move the ball down the field. You're going to have a hard time putting up points. McKinley has not had that issue. Perry has. McKinley 14 first downs in that first half. Perry Panthers just 4. And I think this is like, for me, the biggest stat. I think it's overlooked. Third down efficiency. McKinley 4 for 4 on third downs. We're able to get the third down, pick up that first down, and keep that drive alive. I think more likely than not, your team's going to end up on one of these situations. Perry 1 of 5 on third downs in the first half. Perry is 1 for 1 on fourth down conversions. Total rushing yards, 14 carries for 72 yards for McKinley, 19 for 56 yards for Perry. Passing, this is where it all goes downhill. 3 completions for 3 yards for the Perry Panthers. McKinley, 20 completions for 251 yards. Excuse me, Perry was 1 for 3. Total offensive yards. This is 323 yards in the first half for McKinley, 59 yards for Perry. 5 penalties for 45 yards for the Pups, 2 for 25 for the Panthers. McKinley has not punted once this game. Perry 3 times for the tree, averaging 38.7 touchdown. Just 2 run, 2 pass for McKinley. Each team has had 4 possessions. McKinley had the ball for 11 minutes and 21 seconds. Perry 12 minutes and 39 seconds. Rushing, Keith Brody 5 attempts for 39 yards and 1 score. Stephon Thomas 1 rush for 5 yards. And Nino Hill 8 rushes for 28 yards and a score for the Perry Panthers. Patrick Simmons 2 carries, -1.
This is where our first Jack.
Hartson.
Yeah, I graduated there next
5 for 19.
7 years.
6
Yeah.
3 for 16. Christian
High school, yeah. I have not, no.
Keith Brody 15
What's that?
20 on the night. 251 yards passing.
No. If you look at it,
Austin Maddox 1 for 3 for 3 yards. And interceptions. 3 yards. Receiving for McKinley, Dante McClellan 3 receptions, 104 yards in the first half of the score. Keith Quincy 5 receptions, 71 yards. Xavier Harris 3 for 25. Daniel Ferguson 1 for 6. Nino Hill 1 for 13. Jordan
struggles. Heading to Columbus last week, they had bus trouble. They had to walk 2 miles to the stadium, and then they were put in a makeshift locker room, a lot smaller than what a normal locker room would be, and so McKinley fell behind early. And for them to be able to charge back and get that win against Dublin Hoffman, incredible for them. I think it really jump-started them, especially after losing to Avon at home. So, McKinley has come out and they've looked incredible, Ryan.
Yeah, and let's go through the McKinley's roster, schedule. They opened things off with a 33-14 win over Warren Harding, and that 28-7 loss against Avon, and then coming back 24-14 win over Dublin Hoffman. Next week, McKinley travels to Green, so it's going to be important to keep going up.
This could be a 50-something and nothing.
Next week is also easy too.
You mean I may be able to go back home?
Remember we talked about
I am a Green alum.
thing
But
Wednesday.
that's fine. I'll go there too. I mean, I love Tom Benson. Hey, Christian, if you're listening, he may listen later. Christian, I'll text him too. Christian, if we can have a McKinley Green game, I greatly appreciate it.
Okay, ready to go.
And welcome back, folks. You're listening to the Stark Media YouTube stream Game of the Week. You're listening to Jeff Tyler, Rod Strata. Thanks for joining us here. If you get a moment, please click that like and follow button there. That helps us out. Be on the lookout here all week after this game, and like every week, a few things. We've got everything on social media where we post other sports throughout the week, as well as some updates from these games. We also will post the photo of the Hilscher Clark Electric Player of the Game. That is wide open at the moment, for who's going to receive that. So we'll keep a close eye on that here in the second half. Also, every Wednesday we film our own little podcast, and we put out not only reviews of games that we saw, reviews of other games in the area, upsets, and what have you, and we also go through. Now we're doing some predictions for the upcoming week. So
yeah, we do a little pick 'em. I sent a note to TJ and I said, why don't we just do like they do on the big networks and start picking a few games?
Yeah. Like last year, I would assume that at the end of the year we're going to be doing our fantasy draft like we did last year. We did 3 teams last year. I don't know if we'll do 4 this year. Might be cool to do 4 because I felt a little bit bad. There were so many worthy young men that could have been drafted, but with only 3 teams, we just didn't have enough room on our roster because we picked first team, offense, defense.
Oh.
We picked every position. We did offensive line, defensive line. We did linebackers, safeties. We filled a full team.
So Jeff,
all the way down to special teams.
So I'm not familiar with that. What league are you picking in?
No, we're picking the high school
High
players.
school, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all the Stark County players, we'll pick a player of the year.
Okay.
As well.
Oh, I got you now.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah. So it's a pretty cool thing that we do there, to be on the lookout for that at the end of the year, and some of our new relationships with OSHA, and we expect to be going all the way through playoffs this year. All the way through to maybe the state final. So
that's great.
We're going to be doing quite a few games for you here, folks. It's always a pleasure. Rod and I are a new duo here. I'm a baseball guy, so I'm going to say the battery, if you will. But great to have you with us, Rod.
Thanks, Jeff.
Pretty cool to see you here at your homes, the home that Rod built here at Perry.
No, I didn't build it. I was a small part of it, but I'll tell you what, as I told those kids before the game, if it wasn't for athletics here in this system at Perry, I would have gone. First of all, I would have gone to Glenwood or Glen Oak. We moved, but if it hadn't been for this athletics, I'd have had a totally different life, and I'm certainly grateful for Perry High School.
We're back in action here. There's the kickoff. Perry to McKinley. McKinley taking reception. Got room outside, making a run, but it looks like there's going to be a holding, and that's coming to come back. They ran it all the way to midfield, but a definite hold happened at about the 18-yard line, and that ball is coming back. I think it was Alex Vasquez, and it looks like we got a player hobbling off the field here for McKinley. We'll see who that is. That's number 18. Don't see him on my initial roster here.
Kevon McNeil
hobbling off. So once they sort the penalty out, McKinley's going to take back over in their own dead zone. Looks like at about the 5-yard line. I'm sorry, they're at the 10-yard line. So 90 yards to go for the Bulldogs, who look pretty darn good to this point. We'll see what Perry can do if they can step up here on defense, hold these Bulldogs, and get maybe a 3-and-out here and get it moving back their direction.
They're going to do it and quickly, because time is not going to be their friend with the score. Not saying it can't happen. They can. But like I mentioned at the beginning of this half, Jeff, they're just going to have to be extremely focused and execute.
Yep. Here's a snap, high one. RPO, quick throw out. Almost brought in. Was intended for Dante McClellan. High pass, he went up to get it, couldn't bring it in, got hit as soon as he touched it. Incomplete pass. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from McKinley's own 10-yard line. Rod, I got to tell you, it was super cool not only seeing you talk to the young man at Perry in the locker room, but the young man that followed you out. Ryder Hartshorn, who is a big kid, a big running back, and he was eyes wide open looking at you and listening to everything you said. That was I got a good photo of you two talking. So we're going to put that on some social media.
I'll tell you what, I was very impressed with that young man. Great. I mean, he was a gentleman. And like you said, Jeff, he was focused.
He was asking you questions about what you did and that you were, All-American and you All Big Ten, and he was asking you all those questions. It was super cool for him. You could tell that you're an immediate hero of his, and that was cool to see.
Yeah, it was fun. Like I said, these kids are better than we were. I'll tell you that, and they have all the opportunity they want. They just got to go take it.
Back in action here, handoff to Nino Hill up the middle. Got hit by several Panthers. Close to a 1st down. We'll see the line to go if he got there, and he did. It's a 1st and 10 McKinley. And they are going to continue their drive here at the 23-yard line. Out of their own dead zone. I think I need to get a patent on that.
That's right, dead zone. I like it.
10:52 to play. McKinley up 28-0 here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. Nino Hill made a juke and a jive, made a guy miss, spin move, getting gang tackled now. And it looks like a rugby match. I don't know why they don't blow the whistle here. Big scruff there in the middle.
Well, nobody went down, so everybody's kind of dancing at the same time.
As long as that pocket's moving, they don't call it. Nino Hill had all kinds of carry-on luggage there. 10:33 to play in the 3rd quarter. Perry's got to step up and figure out how to stop this offense of McKinley that just looks explosive.
They do. They need to stop.
Pairs right, single left. You know, Keaton Rohde's a lot taller than I think he sprouted up over last year and got a little bit. I think he put on some weight too.
Tell you what, he looks good.
Quick handoff to Nino Hill. He bounces it outside. Made one guy miss, runs into the back of his own blocker, and got a first down all the way to the 44-yard line. So moving the chains again for the Bulldogs.
They're making this look very easy. And again, if you remember, Jeff, our first game when Jackson defense was on the field the whole game.
Yeah.
Panther defense has been on this field most of the game.
Clock stopped at 10:03 here in the third quarter. McKinley's just taking their time, being methodical right now. Trips left, single right, fake handoff. Keaton Rohde rolls right, flag, false start McKinley. So that's going to push him back. Dante McClellan got a little bit early. Dante McClellan's a junior, getting a ton of D1 looks. He's a two-way player. Haven't heard any official offers yet. I believe he has some. He just doesn't seem to be the vocal kid about it. He's not putting stuff out there on social. So I haven't seen official offers, but I'm sure he's got some. And he's as advertised.
I have a feeling there's going to be more than a couple players from McKinley getting D1 offer.
Here's a handoff to Nino Hill. He stops, jukes, bounces it outside. Nearly tackled, hit by two after a missed tackle. Got hit tackled then by two Panthers. Good sportsmanship there.
Yeah, Panthers stretched it out real good.
Christian Ivanek on the tackle there, then helps up Nino Hill after the tackle.
Lineman grabbed the face mask of Nino Hill. No flag.
Second down, and after that penalty last, it's now second down and 12 after they got a few yards back. Keaton Rohde taking his time, just letting his clock wind.
Probably calling out a ball, I believe.
Clock is not the friend of Perry. And I believe if we get another score by McKinley, it'll be a running clock at that point. Here's a RPO, pulls it back, running right, looking right, being chased, swarmed, hit, tackled for a sack. Perry Panthers, good pursuit there, and finally got Rohde to the ground.
Yeah, they had two guys from Perry, number was that 63. 63 from Perry was all over him.
Jonathan Clintworth.
Yep. And
68, I think, too, huh?
Yep.
Micah Geis.
Yep. Two of them were on him, and then they finally reeled him in.
Trips right, single left. Shotgun. Nino Hill in the backfield with Keaton Rohde.
Big play for the Panthers. They need to stop him here if they want to.
Third down and long, 3rd and 15. Here's a snap, single coverage left, pump fake, throwing over the top, 50-50 ball, underthrown, incomplete pass, dangerous throw. If the defender turned around, he could have picked that ball off. He was more worried about staying on the hip there of the offensive player who has several catches already in Keith Quincy.
Well, he did a good job. Even if he'd have picked that off, let's say he maybe got a couple yards, it really wouldn't be any more material than a punt.
Yeah, decent punt, really. So now Keith Quincy, I just mentioned him on that route he ran. He's now back to punt. 8:19 to play. He's got his heels on his own 23-yard line.
Is he a punter?
Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
Okay. I'm sorry, that reason I didn't know, because you never know, they may have some up their sleeve.
Right. Back to receive is number 20, Christian Ivanek.
Ooh, good punt.
Over his head, landed, rolled all the way down to the 1-yard line, and it's going to be a heck of a punt. That's going to be a 77-yard punt.
Do you know what the golden rule is for a punt return?
Catch it.
You have to catch the ball.
Yeah.
You cannot let the ball hit the ground.
77-yard punt. First I've seen one of that distance at the high school level. Took a Randall Cunningham roll all the way to the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
So,
regardless of how hard it looks, how hard it may look to catch, you've got to catch the ball.
Yep. So now the Panthers are going to take over at their own 1.5 yards in their own dead zone. And they've got, they're going under center. Got a quick whistle here, stop and play. No signal on. I think they just needed to get the clock right. 22 seconds on the play clock here. 8:07 to play in the third quarter. Quick handoff left, and it's a safety. Roy Simmons took the handoff on a sweep, and the McKinley defender met him in the backfield and tackled him for a loss. It's a safety. That's going to make it 30-0. McKinley, and now Perry's going to have to do the punt from the
give it back
from their from the own 40, right?
One thing about a safety, it's the gift that keeps giving.
Oof. So that's rough. Going to make it 30-0. 8:02 left in the third quarter. Not the homecoming we've been hoping for you, Rod.
No, and I'll tell you what, that's it's a little demoralizing, I'm sure, for the sideline, for the black and white. I'll tell you what, he wasn't touched.
No.
That defender was not touched.
They went under center there. I was thinking maybe they would just kind of do a quick QB sneak just to maybe get 3-4 yards. And
even with the play, there was nobody in front of him.
yeah.
So I'm going to guess that was a, no, I won't guess. I'm pretty sure it was a missed assignment. So we talk about, Jeff, mental.
Yeah, you brought that up in the pregame. You
Well,
said
you can't hit anybody unless you know who you're going to go hit.
right.
And you have to do that every time. Because the defense is always going to move around.
Yeah.
And it's not it's not correlated when you break the huddle, because you might want to run one play based on a defense and they shift defense. They have to adjust.
Oh, so then now they're allowed to.
Oh, they can kick it. Ooh, that's a kick.
That's a good kick down to the 15. Takes a bounce. Picked up at the 4-yard line in the open field, running it back, clear back to the 18-yard line. Rod, I didn't realize at the high school level on a safety, you have the option to do a normal kickoff, but they kicked off from their own 20.
That was a kick.
So,
I mean, that was a long way.
That was a boot for sure.
So he kicked off from the 20.
That was Brock Huggins on the boot there.
And he caught that on the run over his shoulder. Where, Jeff?
At the 9. Ooh. And then he turned around and ran to the 5 to kind of bring it in. So it's a
long way.
That's a 70-yard kickoff.
Yeah. If that would have been from the normal kickoff position, that would have been well through the uprights or out of the stadium.
Wow. So now 7:01. Clock is running. Not sure why the game clock's running.
They certainly need to start working on turnovers, getting that ball loose.
Drops back, thrown and out, completed and tackled out of bounds. There's a number 82 on the reception there, where it looks like McKinley is getting some of their depth out there now. We'll check that.
Yeah, they're going to play it around a little bit. Get some of these young men playing time.
6:25 to play, clock still running.
Everything's in their favor to do so.
I think it's a running clock at 30-0 here. That was Dior Ferguson, a senior receiver there. And now they're just going to run to the right. Nino Hill again takes it and runs.
Folks, the Panthers look like they're getting worn down. That defense has been on the field most of the game. And these kids are doing a great job, but they need a break. They need that offense to come in and help them out a little bit.
5:46 to play in the third quarter, 30-0 McKinley over Perry. Perry's defense is really just playing with heart at this point. Been on the field, as Rod stated, all evening. Trips right, single left. Here's a snap, quick handoff and a reverse. Took off, made a guy miss, took yards after contact down to the 40-yard line, and another first down for McKinley.
That could have gone a long way. They had him by the ankle, and had he not had him by the ankle, I think that young man would have been in the end zone.
And Nino Hill continues to do kind of like a cutback, like a Denver Bronco cutback. I don't think it's designed. I think he's just seeing the holes filled, and he's just deciding to cut the other way.
Well, they're having their way right now. I think they're, again, the Perry young men are really working hard out there.
Fake jet sweep. Keaton Rhodey takes off,
There's a
got
good
tackled.
job.
That's a good pursuit there, and a tackle.
Number 22,
I got
Shepard Connor.
Connor
Or
Shepard.
Connor Shepard,
Yep.
sorry, I'm looking at that's right, they got him reversed.
I think Noah Mays was in there to help after that. 4:28 to count and counting here in the third quarter. I want to thank C.H. Vallis and Associates. They've been with us since the beginning, since day one. C.H. Vallis and Associates been with us, so we appreciate them. H&H Truck Parts sponsors our red zone. Here's a snap, handoff to Nino Hill, up the middle, into traffic, nothing doing there. So back-to-back good stops by the Panthers.
Getting a little testy down there. Mike Millen is showing a little bit of Perry after the play nudge.
3:52 and counting, clock still rolling. McKinley just really using the clock in their favor at this point, up 30-0. 3rd and 6 as we get some more scores here for you. Last I saw, Jackson was up 10-7. We saw the update 9-7 before the extra point, so they went ahead and kicked that extra point there. Nino Hill in the backfield, trips left, single right. Rhodey shotgun, drops back, looking, going over the top. Got a man, caught all the way down, keeps running down and caught down to the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 in the H&H Truck Parts red zone alert.
Wow.
Good ball over top. Xavier Harris on the catch. Perfect dime from Keaton Rhodey on that one.
Tell you what, that was a great pitch and catch, folks. That ball was thrown on the money, right? Almost brought a little rain.
They just ran 3 go routes there, found the seam over top, put everybody in single coverage. Fairless Falcons on the the LPL financial scoreboard update. Falcons down 21-7 in the 4th quarter. Lake Blue Streaks up 10-7 over the Golden Eagles. We got deuces right, single left. Nino Hill running left, cuts, finds a hole, got yards. Still
He's in.
2nd effort, touchdown Nino Hill.
He just waited. You know, I tell you what, he did a great job. Just right behind his lineman. Didn't try to force it, and found the hole, went in.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
Had 2 guys on his legs, just kept moving those legs and kept moving. LPL financial scoreboard update. Central Catholic, they're taking it to Salem, 27-3. Marlington Dukes down 14-0 to Cheney. Alliance Aviators have woke up. They're now up 20-8.
Let me see what else we got here, Jeff.
Northwest 21, Manchester 14.
Hoover doing a good job.
Hoover 27, Louisville 10.
There's our score.
Tuslaw getting trounced 42-0. I caught a little bit of flack from my guy Chaz Grodowski over there at Tuslaw. He said, "Man, I thought you were my guy." He said,
Well, I picked
you
him.
took CVCA," and I said, "I don't know, bro. I said I love you and all, but CVCA has got everybody back but the running back and quarterback. Every single other player personnel is back for them." So
Well, this is going to be the last week I pick for the underdogs all the time. So
you're going to have to give up that Lindsay's Pizza we got to bet on and wings.
Oh, that's easy. I don't mind giving John business. Sandy Valley, wow, 41-6 over Minerva so far.
Minerva continues to struggle. Here's a good one, folks. Jackson Polar Bears 13 over Green 7.
And they show that at half. That's got to be
It's got to be in the 3rd by now.
yeah, 3rd.
Orville down 28-14 to Canton South. That's gonna, that's at halftime there. That's keep your eye on that game. I called Orville as a possible upset this
I called
week.
the Wildcats.
That was a sleeper. And Massillon 48 rip over Elkhart Lions out of Indiana, I believe.
Elkhart, Indiana. That's kind of the home of where they modify and make RVs. So if you have a certain vehicle you like for an RV, you send it over there, and they'll make it anything you want to make it.
Massillon playing all these out-of-state teams. They played Valdosta, home of Doc Holliday.
Right. They're getting ready for the national playoff.
Yeah. Here's the kickoff. Short one. Caught it at the 35-yard line. Made a guy miss. Got down to the 42-yard line on that return. And it's a running clock, folks. 37-0. 1:18 left in the third quarter here. I believe they put a younger kicker in there for McKinley. Thomas Mankowski was the kicker there.
I imagine that most of the McKinley team that's dressed tonight will get in this game.
Yeah, we might need to refer to the deep roster here. 53 seconds to go in the third quarter, running clock. Pairs right, single left, quick handoff up the middle, run, got room to run, take it off. He's got all kinds of room, and he's stumbling down to the 35, 30, 25, 15, 10. Great job to go and hit that hole. Ryder Hartshorn kicked it right, took off, and I tell you what, Rod, we saw him before the game, as we said. He's a muscular, big kid,
He sure is.
but he's got more wheels than I thought. He took off, and he ran right with Lenino Hill, or I'm sorry, right with Dante McClellan for 40 yards there.
He doesn't have a long inseam, but let me tell you something. Those legs were moving.
Woo. Trips left, single right. Hartshorn in the backfield takes a fake handoff, and Maddox going to just tuck and go. Jumps over. Looked like a touchdown, but he hit the cone.
Let's see.
And they're going to call him down and out of bounds at like the 1, and there's a flag on the play. Wow, hard to describe that one. He leaped from the 3-4 yard line in the air, took off like Superman, got hit by 2 guys, drilled, came down, hit the cone.
But he was out of bounds before the cone, I think.
Doesn't matter though, does it, Rod?
Yeah.
If his body wasn't out, if
the
he
ball was
extends
out.
over,
I think the ball was out. The ball's got to go in.
It's got to cross the plane inbounds.
Right.
It can't cross the plane out beyond the cone. Okay.
Yeah, ball's got to be inside that cone. It was close.
Yeah.
What an effort.
Heck of an effort by
What an
Maddox
effort.
there.
I'll tell you what. I bet you he's a high jumper.
He certainly should be.
Oh, man.
Or a long jumper.
Wow.
So it's down at the 1 yard line. We don't know what the penalty is. We saw some laundry on the carpet there.
I thought I saw an official point towards the Bulldogs, but again, nothing has been signaled.
It'll be a half the distance, so that's a half a yard penalty if it is on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, not very material, that's for sure.
So we are now in the fourth quarter.
That's going to be a highlight for that kid on film. Whew. Tell you what, that is effort.
Rod, tell us what that's like as a lineman to see your quarterback do something like that. Does that inspire you guys to block?
Oh, absolutely. Those are the guys, quarterbacks that really want to get it done, that want to get their hands dirty, if you will, and just go all out. You'd do anything in the world for them.
Yeah.
They'll take a penalty for them so they don't get hit.
Yeah.
No question.
Love it. Love it. So now they get the ball. Hartshorn over the top on the leap, like Walter Payton leap. Touchdown, Perry Panthers.
Finally on the board.
37-6, Perry on the board. Let's see if they kick the extra point, go for 2 here.
You need to go for 20.
The old the old Woody Hayes. I went for 2 because I couldn't go for 3.
Yeah, I went for yeah, they need a 20-yard score right here, or a 20-point score.
Clock is still a running clock. They got to get within 30 for that to happen. So if they're going for it on 2, which makes sense, Rod, because if they get to 29, then it's no longer a running clock.
Okay,
so they're going to go for 2 here, throwing, fade in the corner, one-handed catch, completed. Unfortunately, I think there's a false start.
Oh.
Wow. Unbelievable catch. Brought that one in one-handed. Trying to see who that was on that number.
Is it number 1? No. Number 11.
Number 11. Luke Wolf.
Luke Wolf, I'll tell you what.
Tall kid. Had a guy on his left hip.
6'6".
He just jumped with a guy on his left hip, one-handed. Ball behind him. What a catch.
Tell you
Unfortunately.
what, looking at him, he looked tall. Boy, 6'6". They have him at 165, so he's got some room to put some weight on.
Drop. Same play. Fade. Looked
Nope.
like some holding there on the McKinley guy, but
There was a handful of jersey there.
whew, no call. Incomplete pass. It's going to keep the running clock on.
It's not a handful of jersey unless they call it.
37-6 McKinley. Kickoff coming for Perry.
6'6". Wow.
Boy, I don't know. Perry's going to need to reconsider starting to throw the rock a lot more. When you've got kids 6'6" that can make a one-handed grab like that, looks like a weapon.
Well, it'd be a big shift in retooling their offense, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Not complete retool, but totally different philosophy.
Well, Perry's had that identity for how long, you know, and it's they run the wing tee in their youth programs.
Yeah, I mean,
they do it from the ground up.
I would say this, I guess what's called 90% run game. Probably around Wakefield or just a hair before him.
This looks a little bit different, though. This doesn't look like traditional wing tee, does it?
No, it's not.
Okay, a little bit different than with under Wakefield.
I think it's kind of it's a hybrid.
Yeah.
But like I said, way back when, we ran the ball, of course, but we threw the ball. Of course, we didn't run the wing tee. You know, we ran a set backfield with a power eye, or it's always fullback, tailback, or single back.
What were some of the guys you played with that you were blocking for?
We had the Washburn brothers, Craig and Bob Washburn. Unfortunately, I think they're both deceased. That's sad. Bruce Sisler was our quarterback. He was a pretty good quarterback back in the day.
Any guys go on to have a career like yours at the college level?
Doug Lance. Doug Lance went to Michigan State a year before I did. And a very, very talented athlete. He was all everything here in Stark County. And it's a funny story, though.
Hold on to that 1 second, Rod. We're going to be back in action here. And Perry is expected. Looks like they're going to do an onside kick here. They got 6 guys bunched left, 5 guys bunched right. Quick, good kick up the middle. Hands team for McKinley brought that one in.
Good job there.
Brought it in at the 49.5-yard line of Perry in their territory.
Yeah, Doug and I were pretty good. Well, we're great friends in high school, and even after. Doug introduced me here in the Hall of Fame, did my induction, and so we're teammates at Michigan State. He was a great defensive player, but they wanted him to play offensive line, so we could have been the 2 starting guards from Perry High School
At Michigan State
at
together.
Michigan State University. However, Doug basically had this passion to say he did not want to play offensive line. So he transferred to Miami of Ohio, and lo and behold, he was a center. So I guess he didn't want to play offensive line, but he eventually did.
Pairs left, single right, handoff up the middle, got tripped up, but still scooted for about 3 yards there.
And
that was Stephon Thomas.
That was a nice hit. And that story continues. We play Miami of Ohio while he's there his last year. We're down 21-17 with a minute and a half left in the game. We have a 4th and 11 on our own 10. We get the first down. We score with, 30 seconds left. And there were a lot of birds flying around from that Miami sideline. And they weren't Eagles and Falcons, folks. Yeah.
And they weren't the Redbirds, huh?
No, they were. No, sir, they were not. They weren't the Bluebirds, Redbirds, or Jaybirds.
Pairs left and right here. Thomas now off the right hip of Rhodey. Jet sweep, handoff, got it. Got room to run to the 30, 25-20. Ran, tackled from behind. Great pursuit there by Christian Ivanek, but it's a 45-yard scamper there. And that was, let me see, number 82. We'll get a number for you on that one. Great little bounce out run.
Dare Ferguson?
Yeah, Dare Ferguson again.
Yeah, and finishing up on that long-winded story, I would have never heard the end of that. So we had to win.
Yeah.
Wow, it's going to be in the 40-point range here in a minute.
8 minutes and counting. McKinley, cut back, handoff, stretches for it.
Great second
and
effort.
tackled down. He got the ball. He reached, almost got a touchdown, but it's down at about the half-yard line. That was Stephen Thomas.
Yeah. Good second effort.
Real good second effort there. Keaton Rohde still in the game. I tell you what, I've seen Keaton Rohde. This is the third year I've seen him play, and the maturity that he's showing is just night and day from 2 years ago. Not that he was a bad player then, but he was young. He was a sophomore. He's a senior now, showing some great leadership. I see him doing his signals back to the coach and almost calling the play.
Yeah, I think they're trying to work out what play to call and whether it's an audible. But this looks pretty straightforward to me based on what we've seen thus far.
They're in shotgun on the half-yard line here. Quick handoff to Stephen. They want to get him in the end zone, and they do. And he trucks the Perry defender to put a exclamation point on that drive at the very end. Stephen Thomas touchdown, number 23 for McKinley. That's going to make it 43-6 before the extra point.
Wow.
Keaton Rohde still in there. Do this kickoff, or do this extra point, rather.
Yeah, folks, this is McKinley's got a fine ball club, I can tell you that, and I think they're starting to come into their own, Jeff.
Yeah, I tell you what, this could be the year they give Massillon a game. From what I've seen, I haven't seen Massillon play yet. All I've seen is stats.
They're good.
But those stats are pretty stellar. Extra point is up. Extra point is good.
Now, on the other hand, and again, I'm not trying to be negative about my Panthers, but I don't think this was a very challenging game for the Bulldogs tonight.
No, they really just were in control from the kickoff. They just really seem like they haven't broke much of a sweat, if I'm being honest. It's almost just looked too easy for McKinley.
Thanks.
We got 6:16 left here in the game. We should get some more scoreboard updates here for you in a moment. Once we get those, we'll pass them along. LPL financial update here. Lake is still holding on to a narrow lead, 10-7 against Glen Oak, with the just started the fourth quarter. So
Falcons are tied up.
Falcons come back, Triway 21-all. Hoover 27-10 over Leopards. Orville still losing 28-14 to Canton South. Alliance still tight, 20-14 Alliance. Northwest 28 over Manchester 14. Massillon rolls 48 rip, third quarter. Sandy Valley 41-6 over Minerva. Jackson holding on to their lead still at
13-7.
13-7 still.
So, Jeff, as a sophomore, Jackson quarterback Luke Eckerman, and the quarterback from McKinley is a sophomore.
Let me just kick off, running.
Oh.
Good move. Got it, made a guy miss. All the way into territory. What a block.
Wow.
Unbelievable block by Connor Shepard.
My
he just
goodness.
knocked the numbers off of a McKinley player. Unbelievable block and return there. Knocked the numbers off of him.
That was a smackdown right there. That wasn't even close to a late hit. Some of our colleagues here are calling it a late hit. That wasn't even close, folks. That's what you call Perry hitting them hard.
Woo-wee. Great run back there. That was Christian Avanek. He's had a nice night. 44-6. Perry taking over, low snap, got hit in the backfield and tackled immediately for loss. 2-yard loss there. McKinley all over it. Hartshorn just hasn't had many opportunities to find a hole. He's been running for his life most of the time, with the exception of that one big 50-yard run.
Yeah. Clock is still ticking under 5, Jeff.
44-6. 2nd and 12. Snap. Maddox drops back. Busted play. Takes off. Wow, he's just circling all over the place. Fumble, threw the ball up in the air. Picked up by McKinley, and it's going to be McKinley ball at the 49-yard line of Perry.
Yeah, boy, this is
really just getting out of hand now.
Yeah, it is. I'll tell you what, poor guy, he had no chance. He's running around back there. Everybody from the Bulldogs is on him.
Rod, you asked the question before that big play there of my assessment of Keaton Rhodey versus as a sophomore versus what we see with Eckerman. And no disrespect to Keaton Rhodey, he's one heck of a young man. I've seen him speak and you know how he handles and turned into an incredible leader.
Yeah, I just want to go back in that frame, that time frame, right?
Yeah,
sophomore to sophomore.
Sophomore to sophomore. There's no question Eckerman is heads and shoulders ahead.
Yeah, and that doesn't predict the future, folks. We're just saying what I was getting at is since you know Rhodey's a great quarterback, but it sounds like that sophomore to sophomore, Luke is on a good track.
Luke's on a great track. He's got the better arm. He's got wheels. He's got 4.4 speed.
He's got poise.
He can see the field. He spends a lot of time in the film room, so he knows what he's doing. Not only mentally, but also can take his physical ability and turn that into what he needs on the field. So, and the kid's really could be a freshman. He just turned 15.
Wow.
Just turned 15 at the start of the season. 15-year-old doing what we've seen him do it just blows my mind. So McKinley back, taking handoff, run up the middle, nothing happening there.
But based on the games we've been doing, sorry, Jeff, I mean to interrupt, but based on the games and the stats we've seen, there's a lot of good quarterbacks in Stark County.
I tell you what, they just keep reloading. I mean, we had a ton of great quarterbacks the last 2 years. They keep graduating them, and we just keep seeing them. And a lot of the reason is these kids are good at 15 now, and they're playing for 3 years. You know, this Keaton Rhodey's a 3-year starter. He might even got playing time as a freshman. I don't recall if he played as a freshman on the varsity level, but he's been a solid 3-year starter. Quarterback at Massillon. Is a 3-year starter as a junior. Now he's given up some time to Dewan Owens, but Christian Slater is Slaughter. Christian Slaughter, sorry. You know, he's a heck of a quarterback, and he's not playing. He's not starting. You know, I saw him throw a 45-yard dime down in the corner against St. Ed's last year that sealed the victory for Massillon, and he's the backup this year.
But he's rotating, right?
Yeah, he's getting some looks. He's getting maybe 7 to 10 passes a night. Maybe not even that, but you know,
he's a D1 prospect. You think?
My opinion, I think D2. I think D2. Dewan Owens is definitely a D1. He's got the legs. I haven't seen him throw the ball yet, Owens, but he's putting up a couple hundred yards rushing. But you know, Poochie Snyder's a 4-year starter at Canton South. The kid the kid's a video game.
Back
and
at
here's
it here.
another handoff, nothing happening there for McKinley. Looks like we got a lot of the backups in here for McKinley.
Yeah. I think they're just going to stick with the conservative. Well,
keeping
they may
everybody
try
healthy.
to score again, but it's going to be a conservative plan, I would imagine. They don't want to get anybody hurt.
Got the starters out. Rod, it's about time for us to decide who the Hilshire Clark Electric Player of the game is. I've got my vote. Let's see what you think. I'll let you go first, or if you want to think about it for a moment. My vote.
I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
I think the quarterback has done a great job tonight. Certainly, they all. Let's put it this way. McKinley's skilled players, wide receivers, running backs, and quarterback have all done a fantastic job tonight.
Yep.
And I know that in most cases, it goes to the quarterback.
Yep.
Because he's the commander.
Yep.
So I'm going to vote for the quarterback.
That's exactly who I was thinking, Rod. You know, Keith Quincy had several great catches. Fumble on the punt.
Oh, boy.
Perry turnover. McKinley's going to take over at the 4-yard line of Perry.
Wow.
After a botched punt return.
Just
there.
a bad mental mistake. He was looking up, Jeff. He was looking up, then he was looking down, then he was looking at who's coming at him. You can't catch the ball doing that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So back to the Hilshire Clark Electric Player of the game. I agree. I was saying Keith Quincy has some great catches. Dante McClellan did a few things. Nino Hill ran the ball well, but it was all orchestrated from the beginning
sure was.
by Keaton Rhodey. nobody did anything really spectacular. It was just dink and dunk and run the rock and
They played as a team.
Yeah.
There wasn't any, give me the ball, let me have the ball. They played a very good team game. And with that, there could have been 3 or 4 picks for that player of the game.
And I gotta shout this out to the 2 player, Nino Hill and Dante McClellan, who haven't played the last 2 weeks. Wasn't injury related. I just want to shout out them, the way they played on the field tonight.
Absolutely.
They came off of that. Hopefully they're past that, whatever that was. They're on the field now. 2 D1 players, prospects at the next level. You got to have them on the field, especially through the season in Federal League play, going in and then going into that Massing game.
So that's going to be it. I thought they were going to go for 50, but no. They did it with class.
They did do it with class. They just took a knee, let the clock run out. Your final here at Keith Wakefield Stadium, 44-6, McKinley over Perry.
And for those of you that remember Monday Night Football way back in the day, turn out the lights, the party's over.
Whew. I tell you what, let's see if we get any other final scores here for you. I don't think everything else, ours is going to be done before everybody else because we got a running clock here. But let's see, Massillon still 48-0. Buckeye Local 40-0. Let's see, these are really not in the area. We'll get some more area updates. McKinley looks as advertised. We knew that they would be competing for really, first place in Fed. And I got to say, Rod, McKinley's better than I thought they would be. I watched them play twice last year. They looked very poised and just really from the beginning just looked like a better team tonight.
There was I kind of see things a little differently than a lot of folks. And TJ probably similar to mine. Perry, they just didn't have a chance tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm taking nothing away from those kids because they work hard and they hit hard and they run hard and they focus, but athletically, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
From 22 players to 22 players.
Right. Well, here's the thing in the Federal League, and we saw this last year. They're not out of it. This is game 1 of the league, right? They could make adjustments. They could get things together. They could go. Last year in the Fed, everybody beat everybody. Teams were losing to other teams that you didn't think would happen. Now, standing here right now, I would tell you the top 3 teams are McKinley, Jackson, and Green. But I think Lake and Glen Oak are going at it tonight.
Right.
We don't have an update on them as of yet, but they're going at it. It's a tight ball game there. Those 2 teams, and then you've got Hoover as well that can do some damage. So
absolutely,
it's wide open still, but we'll see what happens here moving forward.
And then what's going to happen too is you think about this, and not that I'm a Swami, but it happens every year. So you're going to get some of these teams that have some great wins, and I won't jinx anybody, and they're going to have an off game because they're going to take somebody for granted.
Yep.
Right. And then you're going to get a team like the one that got beat very badly tonight. Somebody's going to take them for granted. So if you have good athletes and you have a sound coaching staff and you can minimize mental mistakes, you're right, Jeff. Anybody can beat anybody.
I do have a LPL financial scoreboard update. We got a final. Lake 10, Glen Oak 7.
Wow, what a tight game.
So my prediction of the upset there didn't come through, but Glen Oak played them tough. So you might have a slice of pizza coming your way here from.
Oh boy, can't wait.
From Lindsay's Pizza. I'm going to thank Eagles FOE 190, the Hilshire Clark Electric Company, Leathernecks Nation MC, the Sam Center, and Save22.vet, McNeil & Sons Tree Service, Lindsay's Pizza, as we just mentioned. LPL Financial sponsored our scoreboard update all evening. Apex Surgical update, injury update. Thankfully, nobody laid on a carpet tonight. Didn't see any injuries. We saw one gentleman hobbling off the field, but he went back in the game. I think it was just a minor cramp or a little tweak of the ankle there or something. Nothing major. Always happy to see that, of course. St. Joe's Senior Living, H&H Truck Parts, C.H. Vallis and Associates. Miracle Motors 42 is sponsoring this post-game show, and Hilsher Clark sponsored the electric player of the game, which is Keaton Rohde for McKinley Bulldogs. Your final here, 44-6. Also, we want to thank AEWP Safety, Trident Restoration, Haas Auto Mall, Simon Says Promotions, and Stark Market. You're listening to the Stark Media YouTube stream. Jeff Tyler and Rod Strata. Rod, any final thoughts?
Well, look, sorry the Panthers, just couldn't, what's the right word I'm looking for? They just couldn't compete tonight with this very talented Bulldog team. My last few comments are this. Look, Perry's done a great job hosting us. This press box is very nice.
Yeah.
I want to thank Coach Slates for giving me the honor to speak to that team before the game tonight.
Yeah.
And I look forward to week 5.
Week 5, we'll let you know, folks, where we'll be next week. Look out for all kinds of social posts here in the next day or so for our electric players of the game. You got something else, Rod?
Yeah, we're just saying to the audience that we're sorry we had to start a little late.
Yep, a little bit late. We apologize there. We'll make up for that. We thank our sponsors. We appreciate them for sure. Give us a like there on there and a follow, if you will, please. Again, Wednesday we film our podcast for the week. We will discuss finals for the week, games, and then we'll discuss matchups, and we'll let you know where we're going to be on Friday, as well as we'll have probably 3 crews out next week. We're covering 2 games this evening. But for Rod Strata, I'm Jeff Tyler on the Stark Media YouTube stream. Have a great night, folks. We'll see you next Friday.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.